I am Isac Degerborg, and I am the programmer here at Elden Pixels and Avoid Hope. My main role is programming, but I also do a little bit of designing and talking and having some opinions in the overall project. The game itself is very atmospheric, and the result of that is that the code is very responsive and very polished from the beginning. We have a lot of focus on getting the game visually pleasing and audibly pleasing, so from the get-go it's a very polished game. In Alva's Legacy, we didn't have too many systems set up. It was mostly put together by hand with all disciplines involved. In Avoid Hope, I spent a lot of time setting up a lot of tools and a lot of systems to get everything working better and having an easier workflow. So the biggest difference has definitely been an improvement in the workflow, which makes it a lot easier to add new content and try out new ideas in Avoid Hope. With Unity, I'll sit in there pretty much all day doing everything I do. We also have a level editor called Tiled, which we use to create all the levels in the game. So my job has been a lot getting a workflow for the level designers to be able to work in Tiled and getting everything set up in Unity to have it import flawlessly. So it's been a lot about keeping it clean and keeping it simple. So I always want everything to be set up correctly from the beginning and as simple as possible, so it's easy to keep track of a lot of different tools and systems that we have. So I always try to think about coding for designers. So when I'm done with my code, a designer should be able to go in and do whatever they need to do to make the game look and feel good. In the beginning of the project, we did a lot of prototyping and a lot of iterations. So the game changed shape a lot in the beginning, and as the progress and the project went on, it's kind of narrowed down to what we have today. And the further we narrow it down, the easier it's been for me to just set up everything and get everything flowing. Early on, we tried to get the original idea set up and get everything working, and kind of trying to land in something that we were satisfied with and we thought worked. And we struggled quite a bit with that early on in the project. So early on it was a lot harder to figure things out and try new things, and it was kind of like, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, and throughout the time more and more got stuck and stayed in the final product. Early on in the project, for quite a while into the project, we had a jump height set on the characters that was about 3 times the height of the character themselves, which felt good when you've been working on platformers like Elden Legacy before, which is a fantasy world, we're supposed to jump quite high. But when somebody pointed out that it's not very realistic for someone to jump like 3 times their height, we saw that and it made so much sense, like, yeah, this just looks silly now when somebody pointed it out. So that has been a constant challenge in the game, that does it make sense for humans in a city to work this way and act this way, to be, what I would say, like realistic in a sense. A lot of of course, the different disciplines is always a different amount of fun to work on the different parts, but the most satisfaction I've gained has been from coding tools and setting up automation and making the workflow work better. Especially for a small team, when you manage to automate the whole process. Like when we added new sprites and objects into the game, it used to be a manual workflow for almost all of Alva's Legacy, and that's all automated in Avoid Hope, which has completely relieved me from all that work and just made everything work faster, which just made everything better in the end. I would say I'm the most satisfied with the atmosphere and the responsiveness of the game. So it looks good and it sounds good, and it's been feeling good to play since day one. We kept everything just on a good level, and I would say for this project that everything just feels the way we want it to feel, and it looks and sounds the way we want it to sound and look, and that's what I'm most proud of.